don't know what happened there. I was still preparing to put my glasses on.
I love those glasses.
Hello, my beautiful viewers. How are you? So, I've got this out of space glasses. I am in New Zealand. I came here a day, not yesterday, the previous day, 3 o'clock in the morning, as my son-in-law was yesterday his birthday. So, I surprised him for his 40th birthday. So, when last did you get a surprise that you felt? Wow, this was incredible. So for me, our author today is that surprise that I've got goosebumps, and that's why I started off with the glass. She is just amazing. I'm truly honored that Cindy have introduced her to me, and that I could, share her amazingness with her book, and now coming today as our spotlight author is truly a blessing. So, when last did you receive a gift? I did, with beautiful Tina and her incredible book. So, I am going to ask Tina to introduce herself, and then we're going to have beautiful Rosebud. I call Krista my Rosebud, and my beautiful Life Force Laura to introduce them, but they will then also ask their question. Before we start off the show, my beautiful Tina, welcome, welcome. I want to do a love shout out to Howard Brown, my beautiful Howard. I'm sending you all my love
Yeah.
and all my healing. Thank you for being part of our authors family. And you go and be and look after yourself. My beautiful Tina, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
Yes. Hello. First and foremost, thank you, Sinette and ladies, for being here today and allowing me this beautiful opportunity and for letting me be a part of Diamond Beauties Forever, because it is so inspiring to hear and witness all the incredible things that are happening within that community. And I encourage everybody to be a part of it. My name is Lyn Fiori, and I'm from upstate New York, and I am a divine alchemist. I guide souls to a higher state of consciousness by reflecting a radiant beam of hope to ignite our divine potential. And I just want to share my mission, because it is to inspire 1 billion individuals to build a community based in love, forgiveness, and collective healing. And I 100% know we can do that. We already are. It's already happening.
Yeah.
So, do you see the glasses, my beautiful viewers? This is Tina giving us goosebumps. So, did you put your glasses on? I
Yep.
loved it. Before going to Rosebud, I just wanted to say we've got Gal, good afternoon. This will be fabulous. Sydney said, this is exciting. I'm eager to participate. Thank you, Sydney. I love supporting amazing authors. Goosies, goosies. And that's when you said you are inspiring a billion. Happy birthday to son-in-law. Thank you, my beautiful girl. Christiana. I don't call my son-in-law son-in-law. I call him my son because I love him truly as my son. And then sunglasses, my beautiful Tina, for you. Sunglasses for you, my beautiful Rosebud. I know that you are going through a storm there. So please introduce yourself and then ask your first question for beautiful Tina.
Thank you so much. And first of all, I'm so honored to have Tina on this show because already reading her book has inspired me. So, yes, my name is Krista Rose. I'm from Ontario, Canada, and I'm an international Amazon #1 best-selling author of, I have to say my book name, Skip the Pain, Experience the Pleasure. Here you go for tagline. Cut the crap that's holding you back so we can live the life you love. So I'm an international speaker. I'll be speaking in a few months. I'm an energy worker, Reiki master. I do energy work in many modalities. And really, my purpose and why I'm here on earth is to allow other human beings to remember that the answers are really within them, to know that their mind, body, and soul are all in line. And I do this as serving them as an earth angel. Thank you, Laura. Oh, wait, my first question. I get to ask a question. Love being the first one. So, wow, what is the meaning of life? Before you answer, so many people, including myself, and as a human, we go around looking for what fills us up, things, objects. What's the, name tag on my, what job I have, or, what name brand am I having? And we think that's going to bring our status up. But status isn't the same as meaning. So I do know how you explained it in the book, but I don't want to give it away because I really, really want to encourage the readers to get this book because she will actually tell you what the meaning of life is. But now I'll let you tell it in your own words, Tina.
Well, thank you. Well, that is a huge question and a beautiful question. I believe from all the information that I have received recently that the meaning of life truly and the meaning of our existence is to live, love, and evolve. And in doing that, to understand that we are all one, that what we do to others, we do to ourselves. And I really believe that we're here as a collective to learn from each other. And we do that by returning back to the heart of who we are, because we are born with golden hearts. We are beautiful people. And I think the whole purpose is to learn how to love one another.
Yes, absolutely. And that's what I got from your book. And I love the way you said how, we are all, and I want to say thank you for being so authentic, for not only showing up in this world, but writing this book with some vulnerability, but also some insights and how it's channeled and divine intervention and everything else that people will find out when they buy this book and read it. Because the more and more people who are open with their spirituality side or whatever word you want to give it, is the more we can connect and inspire other people. Definitely that 1 billion. I have no doubt, Tina. Laura.
Nice. All right. Hi, I'm Laura Brennan-Ballet. I don't even want to talk about myself. I'd rather just go right to the question, but I live in the beautiful USA. And of course, I am a speaker, a life empowerment transformational coach, and I specialize in thought energy. And I am now celebrating international #1 best-selling author and Amazon 3-time best-selling author. So very, very proud of that achievement and surrounded by such support and love. Anybody wants to know anything about me, just go to the link. I want to get right to our guest and Tina, if I may. As always, we have a lot of questions because for me, this particular book really ignited and re-stimulated my connection in a way that no book in recent time has, other than my own. And the only reason I'm saying that is not in an egoic way. It's because it was in a connected way to where I am in life. So I really want to go out of the gate with something big, but I'll wait for the listening audience to kind of prime them. But I do want to mention something that you had wrote, and Krista and I love quotes. And it's not that you have a lot of quotes, but there are these very impactful messaging in there. And you write, do not live in fear. Live in the hope that all things are possible. And I want to preface the show with that. And it really kind of aligns nicely with the question, but I think we forget to do that. We are so accustomed to not being aware that we are in fear more than we are in hope. And I think this is one of the kind of empowering aspects of your book, whether you look at it through consciousness, through Christ energy, universal connection, angelic, as Krista and we all say, that isn't the point. The messaging is, it is all possible. And when you have hope and you have faith in that oneness, it actually can expand into what I want to ask you here. So you have a moment in the book when you ask the reader, expand your mind for what I am about to tell you. And this really hit me because many of us don't listen, even when we read. Of course, you have it there. uh, because I think this is important to, as coaches and leadership and speakers and everything that we're all working towards, part of that 1 billion reachable community, global community. I think this is really important because if we're not willing to expand for what is about to be presented to us, we will never evolve. So, could you go a little bit deeper? Obviously, and I'm going to say this again, even if you share everything you're going to share, you have to read the book. There's no way we're going to encapsulate what is in this book. And even if you're on the precipice of exploring what any of this could be about, this book for me will crack you wide open into what is possible. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. So expand your mind for what I am about to tell you. A little bit for the listening audience. Thank you.
Sure. Excellent question. And I just loved how everything you just said was magnificent. So I also do energy work. And when I went to Brazil, I really wanted to know, how are these community centers doing Western medicine with energy work to help heal? These centers were specifically addictions and psychiatric facilities. And I learned so much about the dimensional body, that we are so much more than this organic body that houses our soul. And with the whole experience of being able to attune into a higher level of consciousness that was giving me information to share, I really didn't even realize myself how expansive we are, how much we interface with the universe, and that this is not something, our creator is not indifferent. Our creator is walking with us hand in hand and really experiencing everything we're experiencing. It's to the point where it was so overwhelming to know that we are held and encapsulated in such divine love, and that everything that we're doing as we evolve as a human being is being held in such mercy and grace and love, and that each one of us truly is so important, and each one of us matters, and our tears are felt and our heart is felt. And so when I said expand for what I'm about to tell you, it really is for the reader to understand we are magnificent divine beings of light, and we have no idea who we are. Well, some of us do, but most of us don't. And it was my awakening to that. It truly was.
I love this. I mean, I can't emphasize enough. Really, this book is, for me, it's an awakening mechanism for those. Again, they have to be at that precipice. There has to be some nudging from the universe. But for those that know something is calling me, this book is beautiful. What I loved about it too is the Course of Miracles is extensive. Those of us who have read that book, it's an ongoing read. But your book is this kind of continuity of remembrance. And as you said, we truly do not understand who we are and really what we what we are a part of. And so I loved that, and thank you. And I think it really is important to prime the mind with that readiness to expand. So thank you.
Wow. Thank you.
Miss.
Thank you. So we've got sunglasses, wow, from Sydney Sunglasses, and then Christiana Love live life involve, yes, beautiful. And then a gal, when more than one gather, oh, I've got goosebumps. We are all collective. And
Mhm.
before reading the rest, I just want to say, Tina, when you said when you said you're so happy that you have joined the Diamond Beauties, you
Mm.
know, when I asked God for an amazing group almost 4 years ago, I never knew I'm going to meet you, or even Rosebud or Life Force. I'm truly so grateful, and my love for God is even more expanded than ever before, because you know, ladies, we are all here together and we're making a difference, and there is so many ladies that really needs to hear. So your book was fantastic. My beautiful viewers, please click down below Tina's book link. You can go and buy her book. You can find out her beautiful. Her website is truly beautiful. Go and look at her beautiful website. My beautiful Rosebud Howard and Laura's information is in the show notes. Please go down below. So the next one, from my perspective, Gail said, expansion is the way, the why I'm here. I love Tina's perspective on life, and then beautiful Christiana is giving lots of sunglasses emojis. So let me try and maneuver myself. There was one thing when I read it. My grandson came and he asked me in Afrikaans, "Daai tannie is so mooi," and I translated to Tina. He said, "That auntie on the screen is beautiful." Because I was busy making her video, her opening video. But just after he left, I continued reading, and something that grabbed me was our heart is blocked by our imagination, by an illusion covering the cloth that hands of time, keeping us from what we truly seek. And then the answer is, which is freedom. And as soon as I didn't read further, I have written down it, but I didn't read further. But freedom, it shocked me to the core, because really we want to be free to love and to
Yeah.
be loved. And then
Yes.
from our hearts to truly be in the presence of God. And for me, being in the presence of God is a every minute, every day situation. Even coming here to New Zealand, get a Uber, first time ever Uber that I've ordered. And he delivered me at home, bypassed two big trucks that is moving a house. I never saw this with my own eyes. 3 o'clock in the morning. Miracles by miracles. So my question is, my beautiful one, and I know you've answered me when we had our coffee chat. What an honor to not to be able to meet and speak to you, but what an honor for you to have given us that amazing words. So how do you feel with everything, with the book, with everything that happened in your life? Because you have also received a millions of miracles to be here today as well.
Yeah. Blessed, humbled, honored to be able to channel words from such divine source. Um, Overwhelmed at how much our Creator, the Father of everything, really loves us, and is so, just really so a part of everything that's happening. And to know that the hands of love are on this ascension. You know, a couple of years ago, in 2022, when I started doing automatic writing, which I encourage people to do because I think it's amazing when you talk to your guides and just write what you hear. And I was lying in bed and I heard, "The fingertips of God fall down upon you. This is how you know you are touched by love." And I knew right then, get up and start writing. And just to know how important we are we don't realize that. People, I know they feel lost, they feel hurt, they feel abandoned, but we are not abandoned. I promise you. And we are in the time of the great awakening. Sometimes people say this is not a good time to bring children into the world. This is the best time. We are going to bear witness to incredible things for our society. It's already happening. I see it. I see people expanding. People are writing. People are drawing. People are returning back to themselves. I mean, there's so much blossoming happening, and we're ready. We are bloomed out, and we are ready. So I'm feeling just totally blessed and overwhelmed and joyful.
Thank you. And just before giving it over to Rosebud, I don't know if you are, can show us your book cover, because your book cover is exquisite.
Yeah.
Please tell us about it.
Yes. So this book cover, actually, my daughter painted for me for Christmas, and she is in pharmacy school right now. So she loves to make gifts for people. And she said, "Mom, what can I make for you?" And I said, "Please paint me a picture of the macaws," because when I went to Brazil, the first day there, when we were in the taxi, I saw two beautiful macaws fly by, and I was like screaming, "Oh my God!" to everybody in the back seat, but nobody could see them. And then the last day, again, out the window, two beautiful macaws flew by, and that time I yelled, and my colleagues did see them. And so I just feel like the macaws really represented my time in Brazil as an awakening, as messengers of God, really with God's hand upon this whole trip. So, yeah.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful. Thank you. So, my beautiful Crystal, will you read us some comments from our beautiful audience? And then you're welcome to ask your next question.
Yes, I was already primed to do that. So Sydney is saying, I am so enthusiastic to read this book. Thank you, Tina. And what an amazing family. And you are awesome, an awesome addition, Tina. Love you. Mwah. And free form automatic writing. It's divine, it's divinity through. So so much wisdom that you're saying, so many people watching, and we only see some of it, just a teeny bit through the comments. And so already these people are being inspired. So which kind of leads me, and Laura started talking a little bit about the book A Course in Miracles. So A Course in Miracles was a book years ago I was introduced, and then did a study on it. As well as you mentioned the Four Agreements, which is probably one of my biggest life-changing books as well, which is now there's a fifth agreement. I get it.
Yes.
Having said that, I feel that both of these, well, definitely A Course in Miracles, they were saying were divinely written. And at the time, especially A Course in Miracles, but in many books that could be deemed spiritual, or I'll say it, woo woo. Some people say, what I do, Akashic readings and different things. Is it woo woo? Is it holistic? What is it? That people are starting to come out and accept it more and more, and take a leap of faith to come into it. So I love when you said automatic writing. I do that all the time. I wrote a chapter about miracles, and I say I don't just believe in miracles. I live in miracles.
Amen.
And this is what I believe why you're here. This is a miracle. Miracle, earth angels happening every moment, and I truly believe you're here with a beautiful mission. But one of the things I'd like to ask, which is definitely not on my notes, but it's been divinely, brought down to me, is this remarkable gift you have of channeling what the messages should be. And you also discussed a little bit about if it was in bold, if it was in italics and different things like that. So can you explain a little bit to the readers what that may be?
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. So in bold was the creator, the holy of holies, the oneness. And when I asked, whom am I speaking? That is how our creator identified themselves. The supreme intelligence is all of that, you know. And then in the italics, it was again self-identified. So this is not stuff that I'm saying, this is who I think it is. This is who it is, because this is what I'm being told. Italics was the Intergalactic Federation of the Court of Light. And the Council of Light also spoke, and the Pleiadians. So these were all identified high level light beings. And again, this is, you know, for people who are ready to expand their consciousness, for people who are ready to understand that we are the world wide web of existence. And I love how they talked about that. We are creating an energy, all of us right now, that are opening and expanding out so that we can connect to higher levels of consciousness. Because that was a question that was asked, why now? I think it's because we are a global community. The internet has created an opportunity for us to have access to information about who we are. These are things that were hidden from us for many eons, you know, and now we are expanding because it resonates with us and we are aligning to our divine truth. And so now we're going to be able to receive, not just me, all of us, really divine information about who we are, and it's going to guide us into a higher level of existence as a society. So it's amazing.
Wow, that's so remarkable. And I mean, look at Sinet as a platform, like, you know, the divine or the creator, again, whatever word people want to use or resonate, works through people, works through our humanness so we can connect with others. And look what she's created, this, you know, global amazing community that we can connect, whether you're spiritual, not, no matter what race, no, there's no religion, we're just all equal and we're all growing. And I absolutely love the way you so eloquently said and so calmly said Pleiadians. I will say I have some oracle decks, and one was on Beyond Lumeria, and it was Easter time, and there was one particular card that had a little saying. So I posted it, not knowing many people would understand what it was from, but thought it was a nice Easter saying. The amount of messages I received back to say, finally, someone out there is coming out or bringing out, you know, this spirituality or these words that people are kind of confused to. So that's one thing I really want the readers to know. I really want to emphasize that this is no coincidence. So the fact that you're watching this live, the fact that you're watching this on any of our podcasts or YouTube videos or rewatching the replays is all meant to be. You're guided to be here.
Yes.
So
Yes. And I just want to share too that I think it's so critical to point out that I was guided to Sanat like 3 days after my book launched. You know, I mean, this was divine guidance. And now I'm here talking about my book live to people. So the universe has a hand on all of this. I mean, the information's going out because it's meant to go out, and it will be to the people who are ready to receive it. And that's exciting.
oh, absolutely. Yeah. And thank you so much for answering that question. Not only just like specifically, but you did it in such a way that so many people I know are inspired. So Laura, I'll hand it to you.
So we have a couple, two new comments here, and I love this. When I read Tina's book, I literally wept. It contained truths that my soul has known since a child. I feel like it was a sense of coming home. It's about coming together as one in love. Again, I mean, I know you know this because you are connected to that. But when we're in the human condition, to mirror it, to reflect it through these communities, right, is one of the joys of what we did. I love this. And then God, universe, spirit uses all things for good. And then one other one, it is time for the divine feminine and divine masculine to join together. I so
Amen.
adore Tina's
Amen.
message. Yeah, I love this.
Yes.
So I want to go in 15 different directions because, but I'm going to, I guess, kind of hang here for a moment. I've been studying the Palladian since I was 14. That's when I had an awakening, and I was really bombarded with all of it at once. So for me, this has just been the way I've lived my whole life. And trickling in is more expansion. But as we are starting to experience, when you allow yourself to align with that universal current, we connect and start to ride that current with like-minded people. And there's a reason for that. And it's so the energy starts to get accumulated, collected, so it has a, not in a negative way, a pressure to it to push out, which is what we're doing. Like you just said, I wrote the book. Now I'm talking about it. People are responding to it. So it's all in divine time. But one thing I'm sure all of us kind of come across this, you specifically, with the style of writing and messaging, is this contrast between consciousness and religion, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, Jesus, which I really want to dig into on here in this book. We're
Yeah.
always, some of us are afraid if I speak God in my books or in my speaking, or if I, you know, um, create an alignment with the universe. But
Mhm.
you write also, and kind of referring to, this isn't about a religion,
Right.
and we won't get into the Jesus. Hopefully on my next question I'll come into this, but in this kind of modern, what I call modern currency of outside influence, I think it's really important to let the listeners know that the story of Jesus and how it relates to God is a
Mm-hmm.
story, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are bringing forth this messaging for me that brings a clarity to it. Because some
Mm-hmm.
people get wrapped up in the religious aspect of it, where I
Yes.
think it is so empowering that your book creates this alignment with oneness. So for those that want to look at God energy and want to look at, say, Christ energy, want to look at conscious energy, universal energy, there's this very beautiful, I think, just beautiful, unique way that you're kind of combining the messaging without overstepping, uh, in that way. So for the listeners, how can you support those that are kind of on, again, on that precipice of moving towards God consciousness, not in the religious sense, but God consciousness, which, for I think some that study quantum understand there's a little differentiation there. Um, it's elevating itself in physicality within the human form. It really is. And you're channeling that message. So can you, in your own way, and I'm sorry if the question kind of is all over, but you really are presenting consciousness awareness to elevate your human experience through the recognition of God. So can
Mm-hmm.
you go a little bit deeper again for those that are listening? Now we have many comments where we've got like-minded, right, in our community, but this is going
Yeah.
to extend out. I will tell a lot of people about this book that I know are in that moment of awakening. So go a
Thank
little
you.
bit deeper so we can expand towards that 1 billion
Oh,
without having them feel, I don't understand it. It's a little too elevated, or it's a little too quantum, or I only look at God in one light. Does some of that resonate? And thank you for the time to express that.
yes. Yes. Well, I think it's really important for people to realize, God consciousness is everywhere. It's everything. It's a higher level of consciousness, and it's all inclusive. And I think that's the most important thing. It's the oneness of all of us, and that we're all included in that. So you don't have to go through anyone to get to the God consciousness. You are it. It is you. You know, we are the spark of all creation, here to evolve and experience ourselves. And the oneness is all about the love. And I tell people, you want to know if you're really in God consciousness, then ask yourself, is it about the love? If it's true light, it's always love. If it has any deception, deceit, dishonesty, disempowerment, then it's not true light, because true light never creates fear. It never harms anyone. It loves everyone equally, even people that sometimes we don't understand why they're doing what they're doing. We have to hold love for them. They are our brothers and sisters, and we have to be there for them and hold the love for them. So to me, that God consciousness is being a steward of yourself. It's being a steward of your own body and your own oneness and your own alignment. And I really try to present that in the book of, what reality do you really choose to live in? Do you live in a reality of compassion and of kindness and of love? Then reflect that every day. Be that you want to see in the world. If you want to see light and beauty and love, you have to be the light and the beauty and the love. And so that's really what I'm trying to experience, with the reader, that no one is separate from God. No one, so when we're bringing judgment and anger and materialism and envy and competition and unworthiness, when we're saying we all can't be winners, which is not the truth, we are all winners, and there is room and there's enough for everyone. Those are the messages of God, that He wants everyone to know, that we are the light of the world. We are the light of God. That's true.
Yes. Thank you. And this is again, because some people will look at what we're discussing or the book or here, right? And our brains are seated and they're wired to go a specific way. And I
Sure.
didn't want anyone that listens and comes upon this show to miss the opportunity of this book. And so that was just so beautiful, because there's a beautiful alchemy and in bringing the clarity to this very out of world kind of in world message. And I think you just did it so perfectly.
Oh,
Everyone
thank
is
you.
included. Yes, and everyone is in light, but it's a personal accountability to what we contribute and what we
Yes.
want to reflect. And that's what I love about the book. So thank you.
Yeah.
Perfection.
Wow, beautiful. So it's your birthday. When I asked you if you want to come to the show, you said it's near my birthday. So when is your birthday?
Yes, my birthday's April 11th.
April 11th. April
Yes.
11th. Okay. And then I must just tell you, all the photographs of in the first chapter of your book is exquisite. So, did you had a vision of the photos that you want to put in, and did you create it yourself, or, well, you can just say it was truly spectacular. But on page 77, this is how I saw you the first time I saw you with our coffee chat. If you can show
Oh,
page 77, yes.
wait, let me get it. Hold on.
Yeah, you've got the middle now.
Yeah,
So
it's
I know
beautiful.
that you cannot see in clear, but on your PDF that I have, it's a color picture,
It's gorgeous.
and
Yes.
that is exactly what I saw the first time I saw.
Wow.
So how do you feel looking at your books, especially the images, because the images talks to that beautiful chapter. And
Yeah.
like I said to you, we now on a Turuk, that
Yeah.
avatar's big, um, what you call that,
The bird.
phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah, the big phoenix. We are now on a Turuk. There is no turning back. But how do you feel with every image that's going in front of your beautiful chapter? Because that is exquisite. It
Yes.
talks to you. The picture talks more to you. And then when you study it and then read your words, it's like, I actually don't have the words to say how I feel
You know,
after reading your book.
Mhm.
I know.
I have to tell you that the publisher came up with those pictures, and I think they are. She put in terms to key words from the book, and those pictures were generated. And when I saw them for the first time, I was overjoyed. I cannot even tell you, especially when it moves back and forth between a regular heart and an anatomical heart. And I love that because so much of the book is about the heart space and how that heart space, literally our heart, really holds energy. And what we give out to the world, that energy is what we're calling to ourselves too. And if I can just express one thing to the viewers today that I think is so important, is that what you are and what you reflect to the world is what comes to you. So keep reflecting light, keep reflecting love, because you will receive it tenfold, hundredfold. It will keep coming back. And if nothing else, watch the magic happen. Watch the magic happen when you do what's in my book called Course Correct. Keep coming back to your alignment, keep coming back to your truth, and watch how the universe wants nothing but to support and love you 100%. And you pull those little threads, and I'm telling you, you can't stop pulling them. I'm talking to people, they're telling me these miracles, they're telling me all these things that are happening in their lives because the universe is just waiting. It's just waiting for us to wake up and return home, because our returning home, our becoming, is our homecoming. It truly is.
Woo! Love that. Love that.
Ooh. So, my beautiful Krista, you have time for a short question, and then it's time for paparazzi.
Yeah.
Okay, just quickly, I'll give a shout out. Love is all there is, no matter what, says one of the viewers. And be the light, the beauty, and the love. Yes.
Yes,
So you pretty well answered the question I was going to say, which is absolutely no coincidence, is about the energy we put out there is the energy we receive. So how I put it, the love we put out there, the love we receive. And even if we don't, the love we put out there will keep expanding, expanding, expanding,
Yes.
no matter what. So
Yes.
it's like nothing can dim your light. Keep going, keep doing it. And that's what I got a lot from your book. So if you can kind of expand a little bit about that, about how we can continue our light, our existence, our inspiring other people to remember who they truly are.
Yes. So good. So many things come into my head that I want to talk about, but I really believe that, before I went to Brazil, I throughout my life, like probably many of the people that are watching, I have been doing work on myself with different modalities. And before Brazil, I spent a whole year, literally a whole year, doing work on myself, being held in love by other women, where I could cry and I could really look at the things that created so much heartache in my life. And I think that some of that messiness, some of that going deep within ourselves and really looking at the shadow work is so important, because we have to free up ourselves from the constructs of confusion. There's so much that's laid down upon us. And part of it is our own evolution, how we're dealing with the things that we have been experiencing, whether they're trauma or heartbreak or death or loss, the things that addictions, when we really go deep, deep, deep down and we allow ourselves to let fall away, sculpting our own soul into what it's going to be, then we can truly be the love for ourselves. Like Sinette said when she showed herself looking in the mirror, and she said, look into your eyes, look into your soul, look into who you are, find love, find compassion, find hope, and hold yourself in that, because you are worthy and you are deserving and you are lovely. And if we can hold each other in that, and we can hold ourselves in that, we can reflect that out to the world, and then we will have an existence that is so amazing and so beautiful. And I'm going to put my sunglasses on too, because this is who we're becoming, girlfriend. My soul, I'm going to tell you what my soul said to me. My soul said, it's taken 55 years to shine your light. So put on your sunglasses, because it's going to get bright in here, girls. We're going to do
Oh my,
it together.
Oh,
there we
that's
go for a mic
amazing.
drop. That is fantastic. You did such an amazing job expressing that. And not only that, I'm hoping everyone can feel their energy. How do you feel right now to the viewers, to everybody? The vibration, that, the happiness, that bliss, and it's going out and out and out and out. And that's something, because one spark, something you said, and someone else said, and someone else said, and someone else said, ignites so many more people. So
Amen.
I'm just truly blessed to have have your book. And it's not only what we put out there, like you said, it's becoming our authentic self. And the only other thing I wanted to say about being worthy and everything is non-judgmental. I think
Yeah,
when we get to that point, it's such an amazing space to be at. I think it's our
absolutely.
time.
Mhm. All right. So we're going to go. I've got 7 words. Just what comes. Well, I don't have to tell you. You know what to do. All right. Ready?
Yeah,
Consciousness. Consciousness.
God.
Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Number 2, divinity.
You.
Oh. Number 3, light. Light.
Oneness.
Oh,
4,
What's
alignment.
alignment? Hope for the world.
Ooh. Oh, I love that. Okay. Number 5, oneness.
Unity.
Beautiful. Okay.
Equality.
Nice. Good. Number 6 is humanity.
Will rise.
Ooh. Oh,
ah.
yeah. And last and most importantly, love.
Wow.
Each one of us.
Oh, absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
Thank you, Tina. I love
Perfect.
it. I know. Look at Sinette. Paparazzi is going crazy.
My beautiful one, I'm telling you, I've got a new computer due to my husband's persistence with the insurance. And normally you can just screen dump and then everything is there. But now you have to screen dump, snip it, and then put it in a place. So, my beautiful Laura, I just need to, because I got a flash. Can you just say something and then I will be with you in 1 second? I need to save that flash.
Yes, go. All right. So, Miss Tina, again, this book is it's an education in personal evolution. It is an education in collective elevation. And everyone that does read it and has a moment of recognition, they need to then share it to someone that they know needs that remembrance. It's that,
Yeah.
my word, that style of movement that is important to the collective elevation. And it's not a book that should be passed by. It needs to be read and it needs to be shared, because it's an awakening book.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Wow. My beautiful Krista, do you have a short message for beautiful Tina?
My message is keep spreading your message, because the more you're spreading your message, the more people buy your book, the more people will continue to spread their message. We'll just get that more than 1 billion, unity, the whole entire world. I'm so
Yes.
excited that. So keep spreading your message.
Thank you.
Thank you. And my beautiful diamond beauties, thank you for all your comments. Gail said, I think it's yours, JRS. I'm not too sure what the acronym is. This is who we become, girlfriend. I love it. Sydney said, I'm so inspired, Tina. So powerful. So, my beautiful one, there is the last word is yours, Tina. How are you feeling at this moment?
I just feel so grateful. The questions were amazing. You ladies are beautiful. I love you so much, and I'm so grateful. And I want to end by saying, be the reflection, be the love you want to see in the world. Our creator, our divine creator who created everything, does say in the book, this is your task. Eradicate injustice by bringing love to all. That is our task. We can do it. We can do it together. Together, we are everything. And we will create that advanced society built on love, forgiveness, and collective healing. I love all of you, and I am so grateful.
And
Wow.
right back at you, girlfriend.
My beautiful viewers, did you love the show today? Can I just tell you something? Go and on the down the notes and click on the book. I have tell this book, I never experienced something like this. Please do yourself and your heart and soul a favor. Download the book. Go to the link and go and look at beautiful Tina's website. So my beautiful ones, are you ready to have a dance with me? I don't know how I'm gonna dance because I'm wired. I cannot move too much. But here we go. Oh, I'm so sorry. Would you like to have a dance with me, ladies?
Yes.
I just assumed, never assumed. My beautiful viewers, will you have a dance with me? With us? Here we go. I'm free!